I'm sure you guys heard about the NASA list of plants that purify the air in the house, and many people are buying those plants to have them so their air can be cleaner. And what about COVID-19? Are these plants good for COVID-19? Should you invest in plants for COVID-19? The reason I'm making this video is because recently I was sick with COVID-19 and I went online to check out and find maybe some remedies for my COVID so I can get easier over it and go to work and start to do stuff around the house like usual. And on the National Library of Medicine, I found an interesting article, and it says the role of indoor plants in air purification and human health in the context of COVID-19 pandemic. So I'll link below the NASA article and also this article, so you can guys go into detail if you want to. There's a lot of details about the size of a virus, how is it done, what is done, and how the plants can help. And I want just to point a couple of things. I want to point that plants increase humidity, and because plants increase humidity, the virus is not stable, so it doesn't actually work out. Like it cannot be stable, so it cannot progress. And the other thing that was interesting to me is that plants are able to neutralize viruses that are very small, that convenient air purifiers or machines don't catch them. So it's a good thing to have the plants in your house. One point to know what NASA said in their article is that in order for the air to be purified in larger quantities or better percentage, you have to have your plants in draining pots. So make sure your pots are actually the ones that have holes on the bottom and can drain the water. The reason for that is because the soil has several bacteria that are actually able to purify um, all the chemicals inside, like all the chemicals that are coming from paper, from ink in a pen, from, I don't know, packaging, from anything that we actually bring in the house. So it's very important to have well drained pots. The second thing that it was interesting to me is that all plants are actually are purifying the air at different percentage, different levels, different ways, and different types. Not all the plants can purify all the bacteria or all the viruses or all the chemicals in the air. So when you look at the NASA's article, you can see, and even in this article from the National Library of Medicine, you can see that plants are doing in different types of chemicals in different ways, and some of them don't remove all the chemicals. So you want to maybe investigate if you really want to invest as a air purifier instead of just pretty. I have different type of plants, so for me it's basically I guess I'm getting the ability to have different types of plants and different types of chemicals removed. You'll have to have a plant per 100 square feet. So in my case, I really need to update the plants around the house because I keep them in 2 rooms and in the kitchen. I have plants in several bedrooms too and several places, but I think I need to have a little bit more and think how to design my rooms in a way where I can implement plants. So I'll show you an example, and one of the examples in the NASA article was the spider plant. Everyone knows about spider plant. Out of 5 types of chemicals that they were trying to actually eliminate from the air using this plant, only 2 of them this plant was able to deal with. The snake plant, I think about 4. The peace lily was best, one of the best plants. It was doing in many areas about, I think, 80 something percent, 70 something percent compared to others. Also, cactuses help with, this wasn't in NASA, I just read in some other places that cactuses, they do help with all the bad stuff that are eliminated from technology, including phones. And they did have the philodendrons, which weren't very high. The highest was the chrysanthemum. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm thinking about how to implement those in my house. They also smell good and they look pretty. So not all the plants are the same, but they do play a role in helping us stay healthy. So the National Medicine public, I mean, National Medicine Health Library was suggesting to actually have different types of plants because all of them work in a different way, and you might want to invest time in searching. The reason I'm not gonna talk about all the plants and all the studies is because it for some people it's boring. Like some people like to read, I like to read that type of information, but other people just want to go to the point. So the point of this video is that plants do help with COVID-19, and in the studies in on published in the National Medicine, I forgot the name, in the NIH.gov, let's say, and they were saying that in hospitals where plants were present, people with COVID were having a faster rate of getting better and being healthier sooner. So buckle up, get some plants, and I hope you stay healthy.